Hello everybody and welcome back to another video. So yes, surprise surprise, my upload schedule is still inconsistent as per usual. But yes, if you haven't read the title, today is going to be the video of recommendations. Basically, if you're getting into Classic Who but you don't know where to start, or you don't know what you're looking at, if you're in HMV or Forbidden Planet and you're looking at the classic Doctor Who DVDs, you don't know where to start, well, I hope this video is informative and entertaining for you. So yeah, let's just get into where you should start, really. So obviously when you're starting out in Classic Who, you're going to need to be watching episodes that you're going to enjoy to get you hooked in the classic series before you get into the more important episodes to watch. So I'd recommend episodes like Remembrance of the Daleks or Genesis of the Daleks. These are easy jump on points because they're just gripping, and they're Dalek stories, meaning if you're a new Who fan and you recognise the Daleks from the new series, then definitely go for a Dalek story. Same applies actually for the Cybermen. Any Cybermen episodes I'd recommend from the classic series if you want to jump on with a villain that you recognise, or Sontarans for that matter. I'd recommend Tomb of the Cybermen, definitely. Then as well as that, probably I'd say the 10th Planet might be a good one to jump on with. As well as that, definitely I'd highly recommend the Sontaran Experiment, because it has a very new Who sort of format to it. It's only an hour-long story, it's very easy to get through, and it's the Sontarans, meaning you got people from the new series would probably recognise the Sontarans, so that's a very good one to start with. As well as that, I'd definitely recommend Earthshock. That's a very good one, as well as Revenge of the Cybermen from with the Fourth Doctor. That's a very good one to get. Yeah. As for more important episodes you should get, I'd highly recommend watching this one, An Unearthly Child. Well, it's pretty obvious why, because it's the first ever Doctor Who story. I'd only really watch it for part 1, because that's what I usually do, but all the same, I still recommend you watch it, because it's how the show started, and it's an important one in Doctor Who lore. The next most important one I'd say will have to be the 10th Planet. Because it's the 10th Planet, it's the first regeneration story, and it's got the Cybermen, so I think it's a very good one. Another great jumping on point, actually, would have to be Spearhead from Space, for multiple reasons. Firstly, it's the first Doctor Who story in colour, it's the first John Pertwee story, and it's got the Autons, so really it's just a lot of boxes being ticked for this story as a great opener. If you're a new Who fan, I'd highly recommend this being the first classic story that you watch, to be honest, because it is a cracking story. Like I say, yeah, not much else to it. It's got the brig in it. It's got Liz Shaw and all that. It's a good story to start with, to be honest. Very easy to get through. If none of those take your fancy, then I'd recommend The Time Warrior, because Sarah Jane's first story, and new Who fans would probably recognise Sarah Jane. So having this as the first story would be a good one. As well as that, Sontarans. Yep, brilliant. I love The Time Warrior. It's just a really, really good one to get through. Oddly though, I do find that I enjoy it more with the more times I watch it. It's a story that grows on you over time, really, but all the same, I do recommend it. Obviously, I'd say for anybody starting out in Classic Who, I'd highly recommend going for the Fourth Doctor first, because he's one of the easier Doctors to get through. A lot of people get on with his sort of storytelling, his era's storytelling rather. So what I would highly recommend are stories like Robot or Ark in Space, or really any story from season 12, to be honest, because they're all really, really good stories in season 12. Same with season 13, episodes like Android Invasion or Seeds of Doom, to be honest. They're all really good stories from the early stages of the Fourth Doctor. So yeah, not many people don't really like Tom Baker, so some people may think he's overrated, but a lot of people do get on with his era, so I'd highly recommend a Fourth Doctor story. I mean, if you're going for a Fifth Doctor story, then I'd highly recommend, like I said earlier, Earthshock, because that's a good Cyberman story, and it has a very, very important character departure in that story. But yeah, if you don't want to go for Earthshock, then you can go for Resurrection of the Daleks, because like I said, it's the Daleks, and they're a good villain, and they're really, really good in this, and it does show you the darker side of the Daleks, shows how brutal they can be. If you don't want the Fifth Doctor, if you want to jump on with the Sixth Doctor, I wouldn't recommend going immediately to the Sixth Doctor, but if you want to, that's fine. You can do Vengeance on Varos, that's probably his best story. If not that one, then I'd say go for The Two Doctors, because that's got Pat Troughton in it, and that's a really good story actually. Outside of that, I'd say give Trial of a Time Lord a try if you want to, but I wouldn't recommend that being the first Doctor Who story that you watch from the classic series. As for the Seventh Doctor, I wouldn't recommend going for his era immediately unless you go for Remembrance of the Daleks. Seventh Doctor is my favourite Doctor personally, but for a general Doctor Who fan, I'd say leave his Doctor. Don't jump into his era immediately. I'd say just stick to the Fourth Doctor, or the Second Doctor, or the Third Doctor, really, one of those three. But yeah, I'd say if you want to go for the Seventh Doctor, I'd say go for Remembrance of the Daleks or Curse of Fenric, failing that Survival, because those are his three standout stories, I think. Yeah, that really does it, really. I suppose I could quickly go through the recommendations of New Who for those people who haven't started watching Doctor Who at all. What would I recommend? Oh, definitely recommend Rose. This is a very, very, very brilliant story, Rose, because it's a great jumping on point. It's how the show got rebooted. A lot of people's first episode was Rose, so you would be in the same boat if you started Doctor Who by watching the first episode of Series 1. But yeah, if not that one, then you can watch the Series 1 episode called Dalek. It is literally called Dalek. It's written by Robert Sherman, and it is one of the best Doctor Who stories of all time. Personally, it's just a really, really respected story, and a lot of people do get on with it, so yeah. I do recommend Smith and Jones. That is a good one. That's from Series 3 though, the first episode of Series 3. But really, I'd recommend, if you're going for a Donna Noble story, I'd say go for the Runaway Bride as your first story, if you want to do Donna as the companion. As for the 11th Doctor, I'd say The 11th Hour is a good one. You could go for The Impossible Astronaut, that's a good one to start with. As for the 12th Doctor, I'd say definitely go for Deep Breath. If you're going to start with the 12th Doctor, go for Deep Breath. Mummy on the Orient Express, that's a good one. Flatline, another good one. Or you could go for Oxygen. That's a good standalone one in space, really good one. I don't know, I'd say out of those ones that I've mentioned, those are the best ones to start watching Doctor Who with. Yeah, I'd say of recent years, the new series hasn't been very good at introducing the show to a new audience, which is why I've got my fingers crossed for Series 11. Hopefully the opening episode of Series 11 will be a good one, an easy ride for new viewers, considering a lot of new audience is going to be jumping onto Series 11 because of the new Doctor. But nonetheless, I hope you enjoyed, and yeah, I'll see you in the next video, which will be the 2-year anniversary of the channel. So until then, I hope you enjoyed, and goodbye.